is not my live kitchen. In fact, this is not the normal day that I would broadcast. Very, very busy, chaotic day yesterday, and you know what? I have a minute, so let's. Oh, retouch. There's a retouch button. Cool. Um, very busy day yesterday, and I didn't get around to streaming, but I feel like this message has to get out, and there's some things that I've been putting off for a while that I got to get off my chest. So, I have an international platform. As you guys know, my audience in the US is only about 40%. I I pulled up to check my analytics. There's countries on there I've never even heard of. And I am so grateful for the audience. But I've also been taking it for advantage. So, if you remember the last time I took a break, I did not post Easter Sunday, which, after I came to this decision, I made a crazy discovery. And like I said, I've never done this on my channel before. I don't know if it's going to hurt or help me, but if I don't get it off my chest, I feel like I might lose my blessings. So, this is my Bible. This is how devout I am. And right before Easter, I was watching something, and it was about the death of Jesus Christ. And one of the last things he said is, "Father, why have you forsaken me?" Well, and people go, this is to claim that, he didn't even have the faith in God that he should have. Well, he was going to, he was quoting Psalm 22, which was written in the Old Testament before Jesus was even born, which starts out, my God, why hast thou forsaken me? Why art thou so far from helping me and from my words of my roaring?" Well, the rest of the psalm, hey, what am I wearing? Honestly, this is a very impromptu. My day has not gone the way I expected to, so I'm still in jammies. So this is as much as me as you're going to see today. So it goes on, and here's where it gets weird. When you get down to verse 14 through 18 of Psalm 22, hey, it's, I am poured out like water, and all my bones are out of the joint. My heart is like wax. It is melted in the midst of my bowels. My strength is dried up like a potsherd, and my tongue cleaveth to my jaws. And thou hast brought me to the dust of death. For the dogs have encompassed me. The assembly of the wicked have enclosed me. They have pierced my hands and feet. I may tell all my bones, they look and stare upon me. They are part they part my garments among them, and cast lots upon my vesture. Oh, I'm wearing jammies. This is very impromptu. So, that being said, that exactly describes the crucifixion of Jesus Christ. And Jesus wasn't even born yet. So, and this was written long before he was born. So that's something to be said, if you really think about the miraculous. Now let's fast forward. I haven't shared that, and I feel like because I didn't share that at the time it was on my heart, I feel like I got a little knocked around about it and said, hi, hi. So let's kind of bumble down. A couple nights ago, and as many of you know, the biggest drain in this house is the bomb infestation we have. My boyfriend took in somebody who was really down on his luck, had no place to go, virtually no place to go. And to repay my boyfriend, all this guy has done has been take advantage of him. He hates me with a passion because I do not tolerate it. So, Because that is his guilt trip that he'll use is, when have I ever done you wrong? And he will demand that of my boyfriend until my boyfriend sits there and he's he basically guilt trips my boyfriend, which is sad. Um his rent agreement is that he's supposed to pay this pathetic amount that doesn't do anything to actually help my boyfriend. And then he's supposed to be fixing things around the house. Well, he hasn't touched anything in 2 weeks. And if he's to repair anything, my boyfriend pays for the repairs. Figure that one out. Meanwhile, he spends the money he makes on anything he wants. So, yeah, it's, like I said, terrible, terrible situation. And it's one of the things that's driving my boyfriend into this horrible depression again. And the last time when he hit rock bottom, and I hit rock bottom too, which that's the beautiful thing about rock bottom, is once you're there, you have nowhere to go but up. So I was in bed and I'm praying over him. I have hands on him. I don't even know if he realizes I'm praying or not because he's in a deep sleep. And I prayed until I got all the prayer out of me. I praised, I confessed, I made requests, I was thankful. And I went on and on and on until I got all the prayer out of me. So I decided I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to read my Bible. So I get up to go downstairs. And he's coming down the hall to also go downstairs. So taking authority, I turned and walked down the stairs before him. As I'm leaving the living room, which is where the stairs land, I hear this thump followed by a slew of swearing, of cussing. And when I say a slew of swearing, the bum put George Carlin to shame in less than a minute. And I went to take a step forward and I felt myself pulled back. And he's going on and on and on and on and on. And I'm just like, God, this is what needs to get out of our house. This is where the source of the evil is coming from. This needs to go. Because it's not only affecting me and him, it's mostly affecting the kids. And the kids are making it worse. So I start praying. I'm like, please let him be okay. Let him be okay so he can leave. Let this be a lesson so he leaves. And the next thing I hear is, I'm about to seriously hurt someone. And it dawned on me that's why I was pushed back and silenced. And as soon as I hear that, I'm like, I didn't hear the dog yipe. I didn't hear the dog skitter. Judith, are you okay? And I start calling for the dog. Didn't offer him help. Didn't go near him because I was that pushed back. And now I'm like, where's my dog? So finally, find out why the dog hasn't come. He dropped chicken bones. We're worried about a mouse being in the house, and he's upstairs eating chicken, fried chicken. You can't make this up. So I had to fight my dog to get her away from the chicken bones and put her outside. Still didn't check on him. And finally he gets up and starts his usual scattering, just limping around. And I'm like, do you need to go somewhere? Nah. Fine. And more cussing, more, it was nasty. But by the time I sit down and read my Bible, the part that drew me in was, and sometimes I just flip around, look at the contents and go, where should I read? Well, this time it was Genesis 22. Read the whole chapter. And that was what resonated in me. It was the chronicle lineup of what had happened, was what resonated in me. And I cried. And I went upstairs, and my boyfriend asked if I was okay. I said, yeah. The bum fell down the stairs. He might not be okay. And, I just prayed that maybe he'll figure out how to move on, because that's what he needs to do. Which, here's the irony of the situation. He got kicked from his last place for squatting. So we wake up the next morning. I don't know if it was before work or after work, but I did finally have a talk with him. And actually, it was after work. He tried to blame my boyfriend that he fell down the stairs. And I asked him, I was like, what did you know? And he's like, well, I heard a thump. I heard a lot of cussing. And I ran to the door thinking that he was after you again. And when I didn't hear your voice, I went back to bed and didn't care. And it was like, wow, I was held back and silenced. I probably could have gotten attacked, or he might have gotten attacked. Because I can tell you this bum is not firing on all pistons. So, another issue in my life that's been going on has been outside of this house. And my home is usually my sanctuary. This other place has been my happy place. And this place is the reason that I have not quit vaping yet. Because I might go off. So, without putting too many details out there, because I don't want this getting traced back, because anybody who knows the situation is going to know exactly what I'm talking about. And I found out my Facebook is under scope, which I'm like, hi, welcome! But if my Facebook is under scope, my YouTube is as well. So, much to say, there is a situation I'm involved in. And as I'm sitting there trying to figure out what exactly my involvement is and how I am responsible for the situation, because my action is a reaction to other action, is a reaction to, so I had to change my reaction, is basically what it boils down to. But I had to sit down and talk about the problem, and doors were open and things came to light that weren't coming to light. And I feel like that opportunity would not have happened for these things to come to light had I not prayed that hard the night before. And I'm sitting here, I'm borderline shaking, which is kind of an exaggeration. Not entirely, because I found out yesterday the problem still persists. The problem is still persisting. And the problem is also trying to solve itself at the same time. Which it's like, yay! So, the reason I did not get to say all this yesterday is I've been working on this bedroom. And it's a spare room that we've had, well, he's had since forever, but it's been a spare area since I moved in. And one of the things, because I left and I came back, and it's like, all right, you brought me back here. Lord, what do I do? And the answer I got was make a bedroom. Not sure who this bedroom's for. Have a couple ideas, but I made a bedroom. And I made it the room I like. I have a TV here. I actually had to go shopping yesterday for some tables, which is what you're on right now. Actually, Hold on, let me show you this. This is kind of cool. The tables I bought did not work. They were tray tables. So, oh, sorry. So I used the trays to expand the TV because the table I had the TV on was too small to support the trays. The stand, for the trays, I actually have holding other trays. So I have little TV trays kind of in front of me. And then I have this beautiful vision board that I put together behind me. And you know what? I'm going to show off a little bit. And I know some of you know my jellyfish lamp. Jellyfish lamp's hanging out over there. And you know, I got my shelf of cool knickknacks. 2 shelves with my Raven light and my rose. And, you know, it's still a work in progress. There's still this big gap on the wall that I haven't figured out what I'm going to put there. Maybe another light, because the Raven light's putting out some good light, but I still would like, I don't know, something decorative over here. And definitely a cross, because I'm one of those, I put a cross in every room. I think the kitchen needs a cross. And then the living room has one. So, anyway, I'm waiting for a phone call, which is why I actually used my spare phone today. I'm going to traffic this video tomorrow. I don't know how many views I've had, but the chat seems a little dead. Just wanted to get that off my chest. I felt like it's something that needed to come up. Because it's one of those things, if you don't confess, if you don't testify, you lose your blessings. And completing this project that I've had on my heart for months, I don't want to lose whatever energy I put in. So, and I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. My channel's not always going to be like this. We're going to get back to cooking. We're going to get back to fun, which I really look forward to. Oh, that was something. One of the reasons that set some despair up is we have a lot of friends. And we have one couple in particular that when we were having problems between me and my boyfriend, they actually tried to break us up. And they actually succeeded and encouraged the breakup. Didn't even talk to me about it, just encouraged it. And the guy never apologized, never, owned up to anything, which I can understand. Humility is hard. And it's something that a lot of people don't want to face. But here's the thing about humility is it erases your guilt. Because it's the guilt that you're feeling. And it's the denying of the guilt which eats you alive. So skipping the apology and the humility, we just move by it like it never happened. Cool. The woman, however, has this horrible vendetta against me and has chosen to hold on to anger. And it just... She caused a little bit of drama a couple weeks ago, which my energy, again, feeding off her energy, is why I acted the way I did. So, I'm sick of the drama, sick of her basically torturing herself. Because I forgive her. I forgive what she did. And, things are coming up that we're going to have people over. I'm not having somebody in my house who's going to sit there, throw mental daggers at me all night and be miserable. You're just going to poison yourself and bring everybody else down. I'm not going to enable you to do that. So, my goal is get over it. Whatever you have to do we have to throw hands? Do we have to have a fighting match? Do we have to talk things out? Whatever it takes. But there's so many people involved, we don't have time for the negativity. Which is the same thing going on in other aspects of my life, which now I'm putting a lot of pieces together. See, this is a nice therapy session. But anyway, that being said, join me next week. We will get back in the kitchen. Love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe. And this is not going to be a normal thing. Maybe it will. I don't know. Depends on how you guys feel. That being said, if you like my content, please remember you can support me in the links in the description. I have my PayPal, I have my Cash App. I also have a link to my Amazon wish list, which will help me do other stuff. And I hope to start bringing you guys more content soon. So I want to get out of the kitchen. I want a game. I think you guys would enjoy my crew. So that being said, next week. Bye. Okay, do I want to stop streaming? I've hit OK 5 times now. Yes, thank you. It didn't take. This is the never-ending stream. There we go.